It's on.
Hi, this is my audience. As college students, we all struggle with carrying both textbooks and our computers to class. Some of our classes still are old-fashioned and use textbook for our class activities. Other classes are more updated, more modern, and utilize technology in our classrooms. In recent years, technology has introduced us to a new way of learning that is gaining popularity quickly. Frank Catalano conducted a study over the debate between which is more effective in schools, textbooks, or computers or tablets. And in his study, he collected data about the amount of imports of these technological devices for schools, which are shown on this graph here. And America's contribution is represented in the blue, which we can see is the highest. So our country and our area is investing a lot into this technology, and I think it's great that we are able to lead the way in starting this new way of learning and implementing that into our school systems. Schools should have textbooks replaced by computers or tablets because information is instantly available. Students would have better access to educational support. Book bags would lay less on students, and there would be positive environmental advantages to making the switch from textbooks to tablets. Many educational systems are implementing this new technology into their schools, and we want to stay ahead of the curve. How many times have you been curious about something and just forgot to look it up? Imagine how much more knowledge our society would have if our students were able to research on demand during the day. Our students during their classes hear so many different pieces of information that may spark their interest. If provided with tablets, our students could dive deeper into these things and learn topics that they are really interested in that they otherwise would not have had the opportunity to learn. Additionally, there are thousands of apps available that were created specifically with the intention of helping students in schools. This is in addition to dictionary, thesaurus apps, or just a standard calculator that would be right in front of our students in addition to their text and class materials. Having tablets in classes would also help teachers and students connect better. This means that materials from class could be sent back and forth between students who maybe couldn't be there that day for some sort of athletic or extracurricular event, or are interested in being in contact with the teacher for some more support. Tablets also provide more interactive ways to learn than traditional textbooks. Especially for younger students, staring at a book can be very boring and distract them from the material, whereas having an interactive way to interact with the material could help our students stay focused. The Journal of Education and Practice conducted a study to see which worked better, tablets or textbooks, and here we see some of the results of that study. Our regular students' mean test average was a 90, whereas the experimental group, which is the group that used tablets, tested at a 94. So we can see from this that tablets were more successful in helping our students prepare. In Frank Catalano's study, which I mentioned earlier, he also quoted a 5th grader saying that yes, schools should replace textbook with notebook computers. I have computers and I say it is a lot easier than paper and pencil. Also, there are more things on computers than paper and a lot more to learn. Also, computers stop the boring class time with textbooks and brings in technology. So we can see that our students are interested in this as well, and it would be a great gain to our educational system to make the switch. Besides enhancing our classes, making the switch will provide a physical relief on students. There are horrible effects of carrying heavy backpacks to class every day that can lead to painful and permanent damage on our students. The Indian Pediatrics Journal also conducted a study about textbooks and tablets. This, however, was more about the effects of weighing down backpacks for students. So this is a little intricate and complicated, but their study measured the angles of they measured postural angles for students, and to summarize this chart, backpack load of even 5% of body weight can significantly change trunk and lower limb angles. And this can have a really harmful effect on students' bodies. And if they're not comfortable getting to school, there's no way that they can be comfortable in school, which will distract them from the material and having a better learning experience. Tablets also provide an environmental advantage over textbooks. Textbooks require updates every time there needs to be corrected or new information added to them. This entails an entire reprint of the whole book, which is expensive and very bad for the environment. Tablets can be updated instantaneously and add new information whenever necessary. Over here we have a graphic explaining how much material it takes to actually produce the paper needed for books. We see over here that the production of 1 metric ton of paper requires 24 trees. And that's a lot of trees that we could, save and keep in the environment to keep our planet healthy if we make the switch to tablets. Over here we can see the average consumption of paper per capita by region. And over here is North America, which we can see obviously is the highest. So we're a big contributor to this deforestation that is used to make our textbooks. So if we can make a transition to tablets that will be more environmentally friendly, we should definitely be open to making that change. In conclusion, textbooks are an outdated way of learning that tablets could definitely improve upon. They provide instant availability and educational support, they provide physical relief for our students, and they help with environmental conservation. In today's day and age, it is important that all of our students familiarize themselves with technology so that they can be professional in their futures in our evolving times. I encourage everyone to welcome the educational, physical, and environmental improvements that tablets provide over textbooks. Thank you. Here's my audience.